Imagine a world where your emotional support comes not from a therapist, but from a robot with a wagging tail and a voice that sounds like it's straight out of a Pixar movie. That's the vision China is pushing for with its plan to send robot dogs to the moon by 2035. And honestly, it's wild. I mean, who would have thought we'd be debating the psychological benefits of mechanical companions in lunar habitats just a decade ago? This isn't just about tech. It's about redefining what it means to live in space. What makes this really interesting is how it blurs the line between utility and companionship. Are these robot dogs just tools? Or are they the first step toward creating AI that can genuinely understand human emotion? I think that's the real question here. If a robot can mimic loyalty and playfulness, does that make it a friend? Or just a very advanced toaster? Let's talk about the practical side for a second. These dogs aren't just there to cheer astronauts up. They're supposed to patrol bases, collect samples, and even regulate air quality. But here's what bugs me. The moon doesn't have Wi-Fi, and AI relies on data that doesn't exist there. So how do you train a robot to navigate a place where the rules of physics are different? It's like asking a dog to learn to swim on a treadmill. You're forcing it into a system that doesn't match reality. I mean, if the robot's sensors start malfunctioning in low gravity, will it panic? Will it ask for help? Or will it just stare at the ceiling and whine? That's the kind of existential crisis I didn't know I needed. And then there's the whole guardian angle. Who are these robots guarding against? Aliens? Rogue astronauts? Or just the harsh realities of lunar dust? The article mentions they'll patrol stations with bemused astronauts, which makes me wonder, how do you program humor into a machine? Can a robot dog even understand sarcasm? I'm picturing a scene where an astronaut says, "Hey buddy, check the oxygen levels." And the robot responds with a head tilt and a wagging tail, thinking it's just being cute. Meanwhile, the astronaut is like, "Oh great, now I have to explain basic biology to a toaster." But let's not ignore the bigger picture. China's not just building a moon base, they're building a blueprint for future colonies. If robot dogs can harvest water ice and build with local materials, that's not just helpful, it's revolutionary. It means we're no longer dependent on Earth for survival in space. And that's terrifying. What happens when these machines become more self-sufficient than humans? Do we start treating them like equals? Or do we just keep using them as glorified janitors? I think the real danger here is how quickly we'll forget that these robots are still tools. They're not replacing us, they're just more efficient at doing the things we're bad at, like cleaning up after ourselves. And here's the kicker. This isn't just China's project. The article mentions these dogs are already semi-autonomous at Cape Cod, which makes me wonder, what's next? Will we see robot dogs in Martian colonies? Or maybe even on Earth doing jobs we're too lazy to do? I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but it does make me question what kind of society we're building. Are we creating a future where humans are free to be creative? Or are we just outsourcing all our responsibilities to machines? The answer probably depends on how fast we can teach these robots to appreciate a good cup of coffee. Or maybe that's just me being dramatic. So what does this all mean? It means we're standing at the edge of a new era. One where our closest companions might not have fur, but they'll have sensors. And honestly, I can't wait to see how this plays out. But I also can't help but wonder. If a robot dog can comfort an astronaut on the moon, what's stopping it from comforting me when I'm stuck in traffic? Maybe that's the real test. Will these machines make us better humans or just more dependent on them? I'm leaning toward the latter, but I'll keep watching. Because if there's one thing I've learned, it's that the future is way more interesting than we ever imagined.